This is my BMW 650 GS sertao. It's got just over 50,000 miles on the clock. It's been through 26, 7 countries, something like that. And I'll show you the tools that I use on it for when I'm carrying it or when I'm traveling abroad or whatever. And this is all the tools I carry. This is all the tools I use when I'm servicing the bike. It's the same tools for repairing it by the side of the road. It's all the same tools. So that's the best way to learn what toolkit you need, is to work on that toolkit on the bike. So let's start with the back. Alright, so back. So on the back here I've got, in there's a first aid kit. The one time I don't bring it is the one time I'll need it, so of course I always bring a first aid kit. I've got a tiny little pump here, which can plug into my cigarette port at the front and pump up the tyres, because you're always trailing, off-roading, so you want to lower your tyre pressure and pump it up at the end. In this bag, it's a bit mixed, so I've got a bottle of water, rear inner tube, front inner tube, and there's my little bit set, which is the same bit set I use. I just basically swap it out between the different bags, between different bikes. It just has all the basic sockets and stuff. This is a DeWalt one, but you can get other ones as well. And this one's been in my, like the whole case is cracked and everything. This has been with me so many years. And somewhere in here there is there we are, a small set of foldable pliers, which is very handy for like putting out fuses and stuff like that. If I'm travelling on long distance, then I would have like a little tub of spare fuses, but there is some spare fuses in the bike and stuff. So now I've taken this thing off. So under the seat, this little compartment here, I've got my spare bulbs. So when I'm travelling abroad, just in case, I've got like one indicator bulb, one rear bulb and one front light bulb. So they're the bulbs in there. They pull that open. And then in there is the toolkit, which is for this bike. So you've got all the tools in here for the wheels, for spark plug, all of that. And I get this out every time, even if I want to service the bike or do anything with the bike, take the wheel off. This is all the tools I use. So you've got all the simple stuff. That's for the front wheel, the rear wheel, the spots thing, and a couple of sockets. That's the front one, and that's the rear one. I keep that in there so I know that that's what I need for the front and rear. And if I'm traveling like long distance, and when you're doing like 1,000-mile trips or more, you'd need to adjust the rear wheel to adjust the chain slack. So I usually carry a full-length torque wrench at the bottom of one of my panniers. Not going to carry it today. You can get away with just doing the rear is FT and the front is FT. Rear is, well, in tight, and the front one is finger tight, because fronts are like that. No, I'm not going to be able to get that back in, am I? There's a certain way it all goes in. And when you're doing it on camera and you're under pressure, you're not going to get it in right, are you? I need to get a new pouch for that at some point. That was starting to disintegrate. What would you expect? It's been battered around. Right, the tool tubes. So I've just been on a trip, so I think in the top one will be just the chain lube, to be honest. So in the top, oh yeah, that's right. So in the top here, I'm well prepared. I've got rubber gloves stuck in the top, so when you do break down, you don't want to get muck on your hands. I'm off-roading today, so I've got muck on my hands already. Metal zip ties are in the back here, because metal zip ties are better than plastic ones. This is metal paste, something that is very handy if you were to crack something like the side of the engine, or you can actually kind of patch it up, and it does actually hold. Here I've got some chain lube, and that should be on top of the chain lube. But yeah, I just got some chain. If you're doing a long trip, I always just carry chain lube with you. It's always good to have. And then I've got a little pocket knife. So yeah, that's the top one. Then on the bottom one, now this one, it's on the bottom, it's harder to get to. Eventually it does come open. I've got 3 tyre levers and a bottle of slime. So if you're broken down by the side of a motorway or something, you could probably get away with putting the slime in and carry on, or I can take the tyre levers out and really, you know, really sort of take the tube out and change it. They're the same tyre levers I use to change the tyres on my bike when I'm at home. So I don't have like a big set or a fantastic kit that can do it at home. This is the same kit I use all the time to make sure, you know, you don't know. If you take that little toolkit away, you've got your big toolkit at home, you don't know what's good and what's not. What else is on this bike? Oh yeah, of course, you've got some extra zip ties at the front, because you never know when you might get given another stuffed animal, and you might have to put another stuffed animal on the bike. I've got an otter on the other side actually as well. Little otter on the other side as well. So he lives there. And then sometimes it's in here, sometimes it's in there, but I think it's in here today. In here, my tank bag, for long trips only really, but it's still in here, yep. It's his little seal mate. You don't have to use a seal mate, I think it was £1, so I just bought it anyway. And yeah, if you get any problems with your fork seals on the road, it might not solve the problem, but it's worth a try. So it's always good just to, I've had it before on this bike where the fork seal went a little bit, took it out, cleaned it, put it back together, it was fine the next day, no problem, it was fine. And I think that is all the tools that I use on my BMW G650 GS sertao. Oh yeah, one last thing I did actually forget to show inside my tank bag is a small roll of tape, which is pretty good. Heavy duty tape, of course, not sellotape. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it, and I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao.